We've never seen the dark side of the moon. For all we know, it's a hatch, and they go like this, and then they walk down the stairs, and they climb in and get to the controls.
It's actually all glass.
What?
What? Yeah, dark side of the moon.
It's glass?
So who came up with...
Okay, my guy. Just say it. You're a reptile.
This glass is steel. It's very London-ish. I don't know if you've been to London, but there's a lot of glass, a lot of steel. It's kind of,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Man, I'm trying to get there. So anyway, I just wanted to shout out the moon because it is like sending frequencies, suppressing us. Like if you think there's fluoride in the water, like you're thinking too small. You got to think about how the moon is absolutely controlling every single thing and all of our thoughts and all of our feelings. And also, honestly, if maybe we should blow up the moon. David Icke talks about the moon.
Oh, don't even get me started on this anti-Semitic asshole.
David Icke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Icke.
Yeah, he's the forerunner of all of this if we want to get into that a bit.
Oh, we're going to get into that a bit because I think the people need to know. A lot of people may not know about David Icke. And we're intentionally saying his name wrong, respectfully, disrespectfully. So we just want to put that out there. We also want to put out there real quick, hey, listen, we're going to give you some things that are supported by facts. Some of this stuff is just conspiracy, which is making it hard to be fact-based. So we're going to always encourage you guys to do your own research. We're not a school. You're not turning in a paper to us, a midterm to us. Do your own research, okay? Don't take what we say as law, especially not me. Because I'm going to have you up in the streets, okay? You're going to post something that's going to get you blocked and banned. Don't listen to me all the way. I'm trying to put a couple things in front of you. You could choose to investigate a little bit more on your own. It's what you should always do.
If my social media ratio is any indication of whether you should listen to me or not, I say you should listen to me. The comments disagree. Comments are out of control. Out of control.
Well, there you go. Well, I'm telling you, don't listen all the way to me. Just hear some of the things that we're saying, and then take it with a grain of salt, and then do your own research. All right, let's get a little background on David Von Icke. English conspiracy theorist, former footballer, plays soccer. Okay, not hit him with the pass football, and he was also a sports broadcaster. He's written over 20 books. It's pretty good. Self-published. Oh, that's where it is.
Yeah. 100%. Oh, I'm a musician. Oh, where can I find your music?
My living room mainly.
Yeah,
Got
mostly.
a couple things on SoundCloud. He self-published books from the mid-1990s, and he's spoken in more than 25 countries, which is, kind of impressive. David claims that shape-shifting reptilian aliens control Earth by taking on human form and gaining political power to manipulate human societies.
Dude, this is what all these dudes do. I love the idea of the reptilian elite. I like to believe that the reptiles are controlling us, but every failed footballer, every failed author has, Hitler, all of them, dude. They're all like, oh, actually, it's this other thing that's keeping me down. It's not my lack of skill.
Yeah.
Come on.
It really is. And I think people, we buy into the conspiracy theories because we always like to think that there's something bigger going on. And so he plays on that, which is a genius, right? That part of it. But I think that's what it is. Nobody wants to take, ownership of their own or shortcomings or something like that.
No, and I've done so much LSD, and I cannot explain some of the things that have happened in my life. Do you know what I mean? There is other realities, there are other strings, there are other dimensions. There is no doubt about that. So, how come everyone who does ayahuasca always sees little green men? How do you explain that? How do you explain the fact that everyone is connected and you see these deities in front of you, not knowing what they look like, and then everyone describes them and they all look the same? The connections are out there.
Yeah.
But when you're a failed football player who's self-publishing books and being come on now.
I'm going to put a pin in that because at one point during your rant, you said, I've tried a lot of LSD, you know what I mean? And when you do, and I wanted to just say, no, I don't. I don't know what you mean. I haven't done LSD.
You never seen a tree breathe?
All right. We had to do a lot of paperwork to get here, okay? I think we might need to start doing the drug test. I think there might be time.
Dude,
I think it might.
Unbelievable. We got to do it together. One time I did it at a hip hop festival in Vegas. That was a mistake.
I was just gonna say that doesn't sound good.
It
at
was
all.
awful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's already loud and a lot going on. You did that in a smoky. No, we're not doing that.
You know what I also realized? Rappers don't have misophonia.
What's that?
That's that thing where you hate certain sounds because their chains kept clinking and no one seemed to mind.
We'll talk after the show.
Okay.
David also believes that they do this in a hierarchy way, right? There are a vast hierarchy of reptilian elite species, but most theorists focus on the following. Now, this is where it gets kind of crazy. The full-bloods, aware of their reptilian identity, capable of shapeshifting via vibrational manipulation. So they just be sitting there and then they transform. I've tried to do that before. I'm not going to hold you. When I first saw Michael Jackson Moonwalker, I thought if I ran fast enough, I would turn into a car. Okay? And I was like, well, maybe I'm not like running fast enough, or maybe I got to like scream when I did. I'm telling you, being at recess as a third grader, running around the playground fast as you can and screaming, "I'm Michael Jackson!" is not a good way to make friends. Okay? It's actually a great way to get bullied.
I bet. Did you ever try the lean?
Oh, myself up so many. I was so mad when I found out that the shoes were made. Like, because I was like, how did they do this with the camera?
Yeah.
He got a patent off of that. He had that patent.
The lean? Or
the shoe, like the shoe with the hook part in there, and then it goes on the Bolton floor, and then they lead forward like that.
That's so
cool.
cool.
They patented it, I think, after they did the video.
Dang.
That was amazing.
It would be. I would love to have one of those in my kitchen.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Just lean over and eat the cat food? Why would you need that? That's such a random thing to do. All right, so when it comes to the hierarchy of these reptilian elite, they're the full-bloods, right? Like the people that like, yeah, you ain't got to ask no question. You know what the hell going on. I know you know what I'm talking about with that one. And then they're like the half-bloods. Now, the half-bloods are supposedly unaware that they're even part of the reptilian race. Like, they don't even know because they're being controlled. And all of this is just to advance the New World Order, supposedly.
Allegedly. You want to get into topic one?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's jump right in, baby.
So, as someone who does believe in the New World Order, I want to believe so deeply in the reptile elite. I want to. I want to have seen Justin Bieber like lick his lips and it's a forked tongue. Like, I want that to be true. But okay, let's start with the origins of all of this. So, 1945, a farmer in Egypt uncovered a collection of 13 leather-bound papyrus books, later named the Nag Hammadi Codices. And these texts, this is where it gets so crazy. These texts have a description of a mysterious race called the Archons, and those Archons are reptilian machine-like beings. And this is not the only description throughout history. You've got Egyptians talking about lizard people. You've got these people. You've got so many different types of cultures, religions, races, all talking about the same thing, which is reptilians who are visiting Earth. And so it's not like they had chat roulette so that they could all talk to each other. You know what I mean? So how did they all know? It's like ayahuasca again. How did all of them have the same stories, the same visions, the same truths that they had to talk about and record? There's no way. It has to be true if that's the facts.